Hi guys, I just want to take you on a quick train of thought. So I'm looking at March the 11th, and the reason I'm doing that is because I pointed out before the 11 that we've got down here with the two ones that are marked in white in the snow down here, and the clear reference to the number 3 that we've got here. That could also be a reference to the letter M, in which case it still talks about the same thing, 11th of March or 11/3, which again, March is the 3rd month. So kind of looking at that time frame, which is basically tomorrow. Having that thought in my head, I thought about Mother's Day because Mother's Day is tomorrow. That's Sunday, the 11th of March. Mother's Day is also known as Mothering Sunday, which I think has a reference in the video where the mother appears to be mourning, weeping, or mothering her son. And if you think about Mothering Sunday, then you've got a mother and a son here, and obviously you've got a day. So that could be a connection to Mothering Sun Day, which is March the 11th, tomorrow. We'll see. It's not long to wait at all, a couple of hours. When I put Mother's Day into the gematria calculator, the first thing that came up was 666, Obama killed, 7 Deshaun, 7 Holton, 7. Now, I don't know, I don't think gematria actually gives you specific things that are going to happen from related words, but I have had thoughts about Donald Trump being killed or shot at least, surviving that. And I still think that's something to come, but there's also been a lot of rumors ever since President Obama was, inaugurated, that he would be shot, and that was his first term, then his second term, and recently he's done this portrait with Michelle Obama with all these flowers around. Flowers, represent celebration or death, and it could be that he gets shot or killed, something happens there. Not exactly sure, but I thought it was interesting that Mother's Day somehow connects to Obama 666 and 777, as well as Deshaun and Holton, which I'm going to look into a little bit more. March the 11th is, also the same day that the Japanese earthquake happened in 2011, so that's 7 years ago, and you guys know that I kind of look at the number 7 and all its connections and variations. March the 11th, which is 7 years after the Japanese earthquake, tsunami, nuclear incident, is Johnny Appleseed Day, and Johnny Appleseed was an American pioneer nurseryman who introduced apple trees to large parts of Pennsylvania, Ontario, Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois. And obviously in the iPad Got video, when we go back, we can see in the classroom there is a clear reference to an apple and its seeds when the apple splits open, and the seeds then connect together to form the lotus flower, which is a symbol of death. So it could be possible that it's saying to us Sunday, Mothering Sunday, Mother's Day, March the 11th, Johnny Appleseed. Various different connections that could possibly point to the 3rd of March the 11th, which appears to be indicated in the beginning of the video when we see those markings in the snow down here, 3 and 11, or M and 11, which correspond to the same thing. Then, having thought about all of that, I was thinking about how many days it is between the last incident, which was February 14th, to the potential incident, which is tomorrow, the 11th of March, or March the 11th, which is 25 days, or 3 weeks and 4 days. When I saw 3 weeks and 4 days, it automatically connected together for me as 34, and then switched round to 43. And 43 because I've been looking at the 3rd of April or the 18th of April, which is the 3rd lunar day in the 3rd lunar month of April, which kind of led me to Wikipedia, and I remembered seeing the Big Bang Theory episode called The 43 Peculiarity, which is when Howard and Raj try to solve the mystery of Sheldon disappearing every afternoon to a room with a chalkboard that has the number 43 written on it. If you've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. If not, I can't play the whole thing, obviously, due to copyright.
Expect you to
I'll play a little section of it.
Gentlemen.
You guys ever notice that Sheldon always disappears every day at 2:45?
So that's where I kind of connected, because 245 automatically, in my mind, connects to 9/11, because the 2 can be broken down into 2 ones, and the 4 and the 5 can be added together to make 9. That's 11, 9, but switch it around, you've got 9/11. And I already know that these people, they like to put their messages in media, TV shows, music, magazines, newspapers, news reports, all sorts of things. They like to use their phrases and their numbers to convey their messages across the world to their different members. Excuse me, without revealing information to the ordinary public, not the people who are watching, like yourself and myself, because we can eventually break these things down and understand the message as much as we can. But the general public just consume it, just watch it, consume it, don't really think about what they're viewing or what they're taking in. I see entertainment and things that you watch and listen to in a similar way as food. What you put into you is what you're kind of, made out of. So you're not going to go, some of you might, but you're not really going to go and eat like McDonald's every single day, KFC every single day, all these junk foods and stuff every single day, because it's not good for you. The same way you shouldn't just sit and consume these media items, because if you're unaware of what you're taking in, it's not good for you at all. You can't protect yourself from it. So having had that connection with the 43 and the 2:45 time that Sheldon disappears every day, which is a connection to 9/11, I clearly thought April the 3rd, 43. And when I think about 43, that number can also be broken down into 2 2s for the number 4, and obviously the number 3 is not an even number, so it can't be broken down evenly. So it's left as it is. 223, which again brings me back to the Remington rifle, which I now know is the AR-15 assault rifle, which was used in the Valentine's Day shooting. And since then, we've had this whole push with gun control and the NRA. I saw a video from the NRA with Dana Lash talking to the media and saying that basically their time's up or time's running out or whatever it was. She flipped an egg timer upside down, and basically that was the clock started running. And I've obviously done a few videos now with the connection to NRA and keeping an eye on them, and the potential for them to be involved in whatever incident may happen involving either Donald Trump or another president, as may be associated with Mother's Day and Obama, involving something like a 22 Remington AR-15 rifle. Switching the 223 around to 322, you've also got the connection to the skull and crossbones. And again, I've done videos on that where those numbers connected to Valentine's Day. That is just, part of the breakdown that I've kind of gone through in terms of March the 11th and April the 3rd. Both seem to have indication in this video just from a just basic glance, basic look. What I'm trying to get to, see if I can get it here. Okay, yeah. So even in this scene, Bush is the 43rd president. So that's another connection to 4 and 3, which could be April the 3rd or April the 18th if we're looking at it on the lunar calendar. And even over here, the woman's hair, the teacher's hair over here, is a 2 and a 2 on one side and the number 3 on the other side, which could be an easy reference to the 22nd of March, but I think it may be the 3rd of the 4th, or basically April 3rd, is what that message may be saying there. We'll see, because obviously the 11th of March is tomorrow, so that's not long to wait to see if anything happens, especially if it is connected to the gematria in terms of something happening with Obama, maybe. We'll see. 311 has popped up quite a lot, so that is one to pay attention to. And then we've got the 22nd of March, which this could be, which again, has the connection to duality and the 223 and the 322. So it's got another connection there. Or it could be that you add the 2 and 2 together to make 4, and you've got the 3 over here, which is the 3rd of April or April the 3rd, which again has a reference on the chalkboard with the rocket penis with an A kind of there and the line across, and then the testicles making up the number 3 Over here again, the house could be a representation of the letter A, and then the flame on the side making the number 3. We'll soon see. We haven't got long to wait. As I've said, as I keep saying, there's not much time left. That message is pretty clear. Time's up. Time's running out. Decision time is near. All of those phrases have been used in the last couple of months. We've seen the stock markets go up. We've seen the stock markets go down by peculiar points like 666, which I just take as indications. The false tsunami alerts, the false missile alerts, they're still there. The earthquakes are increasing. Volcanoes becoming more active. And the major point on all this being something that is indicating, being something that's kind of directing me to the time being now, not just the fact that I know that we're kind of living the IPEC GOAT timeline as we speak, but also the fact that North Korea and America are looking like they are, getting into that whole peace and safety part of it. We've had the wars and the rumors of wars. Now we're having this real talk of peace and safety, which I think is just another indication that things are not going to be peaceful and safe. This is just one of the indications that we've been looking out for. We've heard a lot of talk over the years with the UN Security Council and all the other things about peace and safety, but that whole talk has been in association with North Korea, and this is the first time with Donald Trump that the North Koreans have said that they want to, have peace talks. They said they will denuclearize, and this is the first time that a US president has said that they're going to meet with the North Korean leader. So I think that's just a peace and safety alert there. This is not the time to be relaxing. This is the time to be even more alert. So you guys, March 11th, March 22nd, April the 3rd or 18th, those are the 4 days that are coming up in the very near future that I recommend keeping an eye on and just being ready in case anything happens. Enjoy the morning, good afternoon, have a good evening, and God bless.